babadde bagambye kino pulezidenti byeyatuwadde jjo babadde babigaayagaaya era bongera okutuuka tubasaba bwenna nga bannayuganda nti tuli kwegendereza okw'amaanyi kubanga newetutuulidde wano bannaffe bajja abalala ne bagamba tugende munda mu palamenti nebasayinikira abalala basayinikidde munda mu motoka nga bwe muzi mukiraba n'olwekyo tubadde tusaba kibeera kigambo kizibu nnyo okufulumya lisiti ng'amannya gonna tetugajjeeyo omubaka tayinza kuwa mukono gwe ate n'ofulumya lisiti noba nga tumulazeeko kitudde tusalawo twongereyo prosesi ebadde eyaleero tugikole olunaku lw'ebbalaza kubanga awo n'abatambula n'abali luddawa bajja kuba bamaze okutuuka. Ekyokubiri kye twagala okwogera ku nsonga eno ffe abakulembedde petitioni eno state of nation ya pulezidenti yatutaasizza nnyo. Mulina wa Musono Mpuuga yali agambye nti pulezidenti agenda tuziyiza era ababaka ba NRM temugeza ne muteekako omukono nikugamba nti olimba olina kigwanyizi weeronyeza bibyo wa Musono Mpuuga mwakirabye mwena olunaku lweggulo pulezidenti yagambye yabadde ayumira ng'eŋŋambo naye amaze okufuna obujulizi nti paalamenti efumbekeddemu obukenuzi n'obumu. Kati ye moshoni yaffe egendera kutaasa bakomissionazi baffe abana kwe tuba tutandikira. Ekyokubiri nsaba okubategeeza mwenna nti moshoni yaffe era ekwata ku bakomissionazi baffe abana Honorable M.p Ssekikubo We, Honorable Solomon Siwanyi, Honorable Prosa Kampulira ne Honorable Esther Afuyo-Chan. Tetulinayo omulala yenna gwe twagala mu moshoni yaffe. Twagala tugogola ababaka baffe olw'akawumbi kamu ne miliyoni 7 ze baagabana. Era tusaba n'abakulu mu paalamenti baleme kutweraliikirira. Tusaba abakulembeze mu paalamenti eno baleme kutya kino kikola ky'ababaka twegogola ffekka kwerwanako ffe ffekka. Twagala ababaka baffe abana bwe tuba tutandikira ensonga zaffe. Ensonga endala tetuziriiko. Ekintu kigenda wa sipiika tugamba tulina abantu bana be twagala moshoni bwe kiguyingira ekisembayo ntwala omukisa gwe okubasiima mwenna ababaka. Honorable Kigoma weebale kuyimirirawo ne Hoima ono yayimirizawo Hoima ne Honorable Asinansi Nakato bayimiridde ku Hoima naye tutunulidde ebitundu Tororo Shema eri luddawa ne Mitoma Shema Mitoma Mushenyi bagezigezi Kazo bagezigezi awo ono akwatiridde Nakaseke ne Kuleta Luweero naye ate abamanyiddwa banna UPC edda naye kati ba NRM bali luddawa bagezi bo buli kimu kibasanga bagezi. But also lastly, there is another class of police, the workers, MPs. Zino si sente za parliament ina sente wano, sente za bakozi. Neba workers MP bonna bakoze olukwe, ebintu bakikweke wansi w'emmeeza. Ababaka abakiikirira abakozi ku moshoni eno bagambye nti bo bakyesirikidde beekwese munda w'emmeeza. Mbasaba mubagambe mwe abakozi mugamba ababaka bammwe beekwekera ki ku nsonga z'abakozi ensimbi y'omuwa omusolo n'amadisitulikiti amalala. Tugenda kufulumya lisiti ng'eraga omubaka n'ekitundu ky'afa. Tubasaba abantu baffe mwenna mutugumiikirizeeko kubanga nze n'abatunawo tetugenda kwekweka mu nsonga zino. Naye njagala ntwale n'eddoboozi ya Honorable agenze ku mirimu ebitongole Honorable Poloti nti baminisita mwekwekera ki? Mu baminisita mwekwekera ki nga temunnakwata nsawuza mwe kutambula? ne baminisita kubanga olunaku lwajjo baminisita abalala bataddewo emikono gyabwe petition yeero naye abalala lwaki bwekweka tekinvaako tekibwakukirako nolwekyo mukama bw'anaaba asaasidde tusaba muwetowaze kubanga namwe temubakwawo kino tebakisobodde ffekka nga bapetitioners. So we respect you nga members of the Fourth Estate and we want to give to our word to you that come Monday there shall be no further delay. We shall be releasing this so that we don't carry it on our shoulders, so that you get to know who are the clever members of Parliament who can even participate in the motion, but then they want to be the last side. Nsembayo ngasaba nti mutugumiikirizeeko ababaka naddala ng'akakiiko ka budget mukulize nti budget mugende mumuleko eyo Dar es Salaam. Temubeera wano Isingoma ne Ssekikubo bano balina motion temugyegatta mugende Dar es Salaam. 60 MPs, 18 MPs are in Nairobi. So we call upon all of Isiaji, bring back the budget committee, let them participate. We call upon the Honorable Mulikia and others, come back. Mukomewa babaka. Honorable Isiaji, komya waka chikuka budget kubanga kachikuka budget ke kanaluzala bakagete kakebigamu tikaise sente zizaba. Ababaka bonna ba Honorable Mulikia bali ebegwesi. Kati naffe moto tetugenda kugalawo bakomewo batusange ng'ekitobobe byabanja emikono gy'abanja bajje they cannot run forever. Tubalirire babeere mu biriyo babeere Dar es Salaam batulagire mu madirisa naye tubalize eno meeza yagyafaayo tolina kuyitawo wano n'oyingira palamenti nga togyekoonyeewo wakukitu nga tokitegedde naye abeeyise ne bekkalira mu kasenge ne bagamba tulinawo akawunzi kamu miliyoni 7 katutemeeteme Mpuuga twala 5 kati abafuyo kyani twala 4 si bangi twala 4 akampulirawo nawe twala omunyago gwa 4 eyo teba mistake. Ekyo kitegeeza abantu batudde bategeera bulungi bagaddewo n'enzigi n'amadirisa bagagaddewo bali mu kutemaatema bafuluma n'omunyago ate akutebeera nso ekyo baba kikoze directly n'olwekyo abo baba bakikoze consciously not a mistake. Emikono bwe bubuuzibwa naye singa emikono baginoonyeza mu kamera singa emikono bayibayo ne babagamba gigi tufunye obuzibu mu babaka baffe buli abateekako wano omukono bakubirwa amasimu amayitirivu kyemuvudde mulaba nti olwaleero akakodyo ate kakyuseemu omubaka ayingira ng'agenda mu busanduukomo ng'agamba nsanga eno munda n'otumbiro nagwo omukono omubaka agamba nti anze olufa wali waggulu mumusange mulombe gyembandi nagubawa omubaka omulala nti anze nja kusigala mu paakingi fuluma n'akapapulako ondeetereteekeko n'odduka mu paakingi nakuweerayo omukono mu kaseera kano ze kyetulowooza era tetusaba ne bannaabe kimutugumiikirize ndaba n'omubaka ayina omukono omulala gwaleese tusaba mutugumiikirize tugenda kusoosotola ensonga zino ku lunaku olw'emmaani tujja kubanga tetukyatwala buzi bwakwetikka mu nsonga zino tujja kuba tetukyatwala buzi bwakwetikka mu musango guno tujja kuba tuguwaabirayo ensonga twagala ziwaabira gye muli n'ekisembayo tusaba abakulu mu institution zino baleke prosesi y'okweyonja n'okwetereza egende mu maaso leme girijja mugere tunoonya abakomishonas baffe bannabokka bwe bati mutuwe chance tugogole nga pulezidenti bwetuganda tweyanziza
ogambye nti sipiika waliwo bomenye abatali mu nsonga eyo twagala oyongere otangazeeko ne mu Uganda then ekirala ogambye by Monday mugenda kubeera nga mupublishing emikono naye ate waliwo bogambye abagikuweera mu nkukutu nabo ogenda bapublishinga oba era bonna ate bapublishinze tekirowoozesa abantu nti byakifere emikono egirimu mu kidokitali n'ekirala wiiki 3 munoonya mikono
kira kiyita ku maani ekyomukisa omulungi nti omubaka bw'aba ataddeko erinnya lye ne constituency n'essimu ye n'omukono tugenda bireeta ituuli papu nolwekyo twaliwo omukono gwa muntu gona kugenda kubeera foji tuli beegendereza nnyo 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 mu nsonga eyo ebifaananyi ebimu twabikutte naye nga biri ku masimu gaffe ebyomubaka ng'asayininga naye nekisigala kulya tetwakiweereza wa gavumenti chief whip kubanga twamutegedde olwokuwa naye kati omubazoganya petition eyo tetukyayinza kumuweereza kopi zaffe ez'ababaka abatuwa emikono naye prosesi ya sensi ebeera nzibu tubasaba eno prosesi teyandibadde yaffe era tusobola kukiwulunga yaffe ffenna tugitambuliza wamu era tukakasa that appropriate time tugenda kubandirayo naye kakwate ketonye because I think we should be on this. Monday is our definitive deadline. Whether it shines or not, because we can't continue appear as if we are dodging a question. How many? Who are the people? How many? Finally, we are pushing it back to Uganda. And this, as the petitioner with my colleagues, Monday, come rain, come shine, is what we shall put forward. Because these were not gathered for us to keep hiding within ourselves. No. We shall have to release them to the general public. I thank you. So on mass. Abatwaliddwa abakwatibwako motion yeeno mulabye ebiwandiiko ebitambula mu social media ebiraga nti nno esente zino zakkirizibwa ebyo byonna byappa bya bulimba kakati lengera bongeddeko ate omusango omulala kubanga n'omusango gw'okujingajiga minutes ebitaaliwo ojingejinge hansard ezitaaliwo ojingejinge nti no sente mwaziisa ebitaaliwo ate kati ate bongeredde ddala okwonooneka n'okututanula kubanga bandigambye lulinga pulezidenti bwabadde abasuulira tawulo nti oba bakola ensobi naye kati kino baba bagenda mu maaso batandika okufoojinga minutes ezitaaliwo bawagikemu esente muzayisibwa bawagikemu nti akawumbi kamu miliyoni 7 twaziisa temwalaba ababaka mubadde mutya tufaanana bubi tweyongera okufaanana obubi buli wogezaako okujingajinga kyovudde olaba mu buwandiiko bye baleese emitwalo 4 emirundi 3 ate wano toto ne bagamba ti kawumbi kamu miliyoni 2 tulabika bubi weewaawo tukkirize ekigambo bwe tuba twakigwamu bakikkirize tulabika bubi continue looking bad kubanga kati batandise okujingajinga n'okufumba ebiwandiiko batandise okujingajinga ebiwandiiko bawagikemu bakubira ababaka obusimu nti bajja kusimbako ababaka kasita basayini nga bajja kubasimbako abantu onoolwanyisa uganda yonna beetegefu okulwana ne uganda yonna bw'okola ekigambo nekikukwata gumiraawo bw'okomye leka tekwongeramu tutegeeza nti nno ffe tetulina lutalo na muntu mulala yenna ate nabo baganda baffe tetubalinaako lutalo motion ekwata ku bantu bana sipiika aleme kutya tetugenda kumutunulira n'akamu tetusobola twagala abantu bana webaleko
oneyongera okubanga omulesi nabagamba nti kyetuliko tuli ku mulimu okuwanirira institution yaffe nga parliament nabagamba nti institutions ng'eno yo tesobola kwerwanirira it is us ffe abantu kese no ababaka abalina kulwanirira institution ezo so kyetuliko tuli kukulwanira institution yaffe obwerufu integrity nokulaba nti institution yaffe nga parliament tegenda mu maaso nakukola ki nakubeera nalinya bbi mu public omu ggwanga so yensonga enkulu gye tuliko si kirala era tulina kutuba tulwanyisa ono oba ono no tuli kulaba nti institution of the parliament tuba nayo n'okulaba nti erinnya lya parliament tulijjayo oba ligenze lyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondekanyolondek don't protect themselves and they don't defend themselves. It is us, the stakeholders, collectively and individually, or individually and collectively, to defend these institutions. So what we are fighting for here is an effort in defense of our institution of parliament to ensure that it no longer gets denigrated. You see, it's name in the public. It changes, otherwise we don't have anything at the moment. So that's our concern as members, and as MPs supporting this censor motion.
Representing Kanyum County. All I want to reiterate and more so request the public, please do not lose hope on us, your representatives here in Parliament. All is not lost. We still have people in this Parliament who are representing the forces of heaven, not the forces of darkness. Because those who are pro-corruption are direct children and firstborns of Satan. For us, we are here to bring about light upon darkness. Where light comes, darkness scatters. We shall not allow our dear government to be crippled by corruption, because the future shall judge us if we just sit and watch things go a wrong way. You remember very well, historically, governments have always fallen. Number one reason that whoever rises against the government will always say corruption. The NRM came to power, and in their 10-point program, point number 7 is elimination of corruption. So we stand by that, and we stand by the president's statements. He made a statement at Kaweweta when he was passing out the 700 cadets. He made a statement at the NDC Jinja against corruption, and he also made a statement yesterday at Kololo during the State of Nation address. We are here as his field commanders against corruption. We are the guardians of Parliament to get rid of wrongdoers. So we shall begin with what we can afford to handle. We cannot say you can use an AK-47 to bring down a plane. No. We will use this as infantry. We shall not therefore be here to sit and be condemned by the entire country and the entire world that Ugandan Parliament is just sitting by and watching public money being squandered by a few commissioners. For us, we shall not. We are saying no. And so when time comes to publish this, you will therefore know who are those who have been supporting you in the fight against corruption. Who are those that you can entrust with public office? Who are those who can be guardians of the government and the resources of Uganda? You will begin with this list. I will refer you to this list. Begin with here. Because we are seeing only about a few ministers who have signed. Me, I would request President Museveni, if his ministers do not sign, he should reshuffle them, remove them from those offices, because it means they are part of the corruption scandals and the corruption syndicates in this country, why are they hesitant to come and sign? We are calling upon them, if they are to be true guardians for the offices that they have been entrusted in, they must come and append their signatures only Monday. Thank you very much.
What I did say, even the parliament is involved in kind of stealing money. So we want now to wash our hands. Yes. That yes, if there are some, I am not part. Then how can we do this? It is through this petition. It will help. My members of parliament and colleagues who are either under duress or they don't want to interfere in this. It is simple. You just append, then we debate. The facts will come out. The falsehood will be proved wrong. And then you will come out clear. But to suffocate this process is a sign of cowardice. And actually we don't know what you are fearing. We are here, we debate many things. Hard ones. What about this one? So comradeship is known, and I feel it. I know. But if you did not do comradeship in terms of rule of law, in terms of transparency, it means you are not my comrade. Nobody is targeting somebody either for vendetta or no, but we want transparency in this country. And this is the epitome of transparency. And for you who can now talk about rule of law and transparency, the media carries the first role. I urge you carry on this what? This fight against corruption. You, wherever you are, you need to help the public. You need to help this institution. You need to help the government. Thank you so much.
They are peddling in the social media. They are forgeries. You know, now they are making more mistakes. They are even forging. They are forging. They are trying to forge the Hassan. They are forging the minutes. They are forging everything. But we shall disprove them. So that can't be a mistake. And that's why even yesterday, we told the president, wait for your amnesty. Amnesty will come after the due process. Now, number two, the other one, the signatures. The signatures, you are aware, we are looking for 177. But it is also important that you know, in order to carry the day, you need about 260 when the matter comes to vote. So once you see us not issuing a notice, it means we are not yet there.
By how much?
And by telling you how much, of course, that is simple arithmetic, which I would have been giving. Because once I tell you by this, then you, of course, you know. It is another way of telling you. But what you saw and the early morning engagement we've been having is for all members of us to bring in the list. And the problem we saw is if you don't capture all the list and the member has already signed for you, and on this list you are issuing he or she is not on, it will be a matter a member will never forgive you about. So that's why we said we are on the right path. We are going to account for each and every signature that has been given us, colleagues. We shall even indicate their places. And we shall even indicate in terms of regions. District was a bit difficult, but we shall proceed by the sub-region. And members shall see those who have appended their signatures. We are also under duress. We would want this matter to be out of our hands. Because after this, we are going to be panel beating, fine-tuning the motion, fine-tuning and lining up our evidence, etc. We want this exercise to be over. But fortunately for these rules, the rules, the 14 days start counting after we have issued the notice. So those who took away our members and hid them in Dar es Salaam, hoping that the days, once the days are over, therefore they come back because the motion has collapsed. The motion does not collapse. And this is a historical table. This is a historical table. It is part of this house. It is part of this house, and we shall continue enjoying the centrality of this table. Some members who fear cameras, you've seen some members fear cameras, they invite us inside. Some members who fear the cameras, we know what you go through. You are right to fear the cameras, but you must stand your ground, you are people's representatives. So this table will remain as long as the mission is still on. It has no deadline. The 14 days, as we have said, start counting after we have issued the notice. So for us, it is still within our means. And as members were saying, that you can imagine that we went yesterday, we were still digesting the president's email, the message. Members, you don't have to take 24 hours to digest it. After all, we are telling them what is obvious, what is happening. So members should not take forever digesting the president's message. It was clear, it was on support. Now,
Maybe that.
when
At that.
on that point,
Yeah. The people you say you represent and fighting for this corruption thing want to know how far you've gone without giving details of who, like you've given the excuse. So this not also be an excuse of numbers, because the one you had was for names. How far you've gone, Ugandans out there, they are tracking this. How far have you gone? If you're free
That
also,
is the simple.
If you're really also open, as you say.
but I think there could be excuses, but I don't think I'm giving excuses. I'm giving an update. What is there for me
How
to
many?
find excuses?
Simple, so that others
I
can rush.
can't give the names now.
Are the numbers?
Numbers.
I
How
can't
many?
give the total numbers. I can't give the total numbers. But I think by this table remaining active, that's why we must have a cutoff point by saying all that we have explained. But come Monday, we shall know, we shall have exhausted our excuses we are having. By Monday, we shall have nothing more to keep you from knowing them. Because after all, these are the members who have appended their signatures. We can't carry it on our shoulders. The burden of corruption in Parliament is not for him and myself to carry. We shall put it in the public domain. And that's why, with the utmost prayer, we pray for your understanding. We pray for your indulgence. That this is not an easy matter for you to play around. And you are hearing phone calls are forcing members to come and tell us, but you know, once we sign, we are receiving terrible interference. We are receiving the threat that people are going to stand against us. So the process of censure, colleagues, we also don't enjoy sitting here every day. We don't. We don't, sincerely. We want it to be over and we go. But it is a duty we must do. We don't enjoy it every day here. So that's why we pray for the last understanding on this point. And then we shall have to deliver. That can be explained. After the Tuesday we talked about is when the government chief whip placed a directive to NRM members not to append signatures and were ordered to wait for the president to communicate. And you know what it means to try to diffuse that. Members saying from onwards, the chief whip saying, government, top leadership of the party has stopped you. And as we waited up to yesterday, the president did not stop us. And that's how now members are coming in to say that we genuinely believed the government chief whip. We genuinely believed Honorable Hamson Obuwa's directive. But it did not come to pass. And therefore, petitioners want to be part of the petition. And now I will invite you to come to this side. Since then, this has been work in progress. Every day we sit here, we get members appending their signatures. So it's not failure at all. In fact, if you talk about the 177, for you to carry the motion, you may need 260. But that shall be for the floor, on the floor of Parliament. For us, we are making good progress every day. Whereas the other time we had one minister signing, but other ministers have also joined the petition. So how can you say that that is a failure on the part of the petition? It is not, but we pray that at the end of the day, to deliver essentially, you must be skillful. You can't say now, here I am, these are the members of signed, because as you move this, they are also moving to the counter. They are not sleeping. If they have even the capacity to carry away 60 members,